Where's Chris? I know. He didn't come.
Well, he said he was going to be
Yeah,
a little
Chris
late.
couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Playing the part of Chris Remo?
Sorry.
He's at the Retronauts panel. Well, we're missing the host of the show. This isn't a choreographed shtick. Hey, guys.
But why, some say, why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Video games, 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 video games.
It's September 5th, 2010, and Richard Garriott is in the building.
And this is Idle Thumbs 51, and I'm Chris Remo.
I'm Nick Brecken.
And I'm Jake Rodkin.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, it's video games.
Yeah.
We actually don't have a starting topic, so
Yeah, thanks.
this is terrible.
Thanks for coming to watch us talk about video games for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Brecken's back. Check this out.
Hey!
How's your Bethesdas?
It's pretty good.
Yeah? Sweet.
Yeah.
We played Torchlight 2 yesterday.
We did.
I didn't.
No, you're stupid.
No, you were.
Jake doesn't care about a game.
Video. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was good. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
It's nice, like, it's funny because we were talking, there are about 500 million now of these games coming out.
Yeah,
like,
weirdly
suddenly,
enough.
I guess
Yeah,
Torchlight
it's just-
sells 500,000 units, and it's like, oh, I guess we can make Diablo again and again. And, like, everyone else is saying that too now. Like, there's Darkspore, there's Torchlight.
I like how that's your
Torchlight
first
2.
example.
Yeah. There's
Darkspore.
the shining, exemplar Darkspore, and then there's Torchlight 2.
Yeah.
But there's also, like, have you seen the crazy, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's like a New Zealand one that
No.
looks like Diablo 2. There's like, people in New Zealand are making a game that actually looks like Diablo 2. Like,
That's
looks,
awesome.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Is it sprites? Sprites
I think
are
it is. I
involved?
think they do the same thing where they rendered the 3D
Yeah.
models and they just have them as
Okay.
sprites.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And,
But, uh-oh.
Hi.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That seating arrangement was a complete failure, so
Yeah,
get
yeah.
over here. Hey.
I have to see your face.
Yeah, I know. I keep having to look over.
It's all okay now.
A majority of the jokes on Idle Thumbs are derived from just like looking over at Jake, and he's like making like
This is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No,
Torchlight's good.
It's cool though. Like,
Yeah.
there's something nice about being able to sit down and play Torchlight 2, and it reminds me actually when I was playing that game, like it's a real shame actually because the best part for me, like the part of playing that Diablo style game is most awesome and affecting when you're starting off and you don't know what the world is and you don't know like how to run through the fucking 75 dungeons in the exact way that you just power level through them.
Right.
And you don't know like really what all the systems are. I mean, it's a sequel, so you know how it works. But being in there and being that level 1 character and getting like that first level up and then having the skills to allocate and being like, oh man.
Now what?
I haven't used any of this shit. Like, this is all going to be new to me when I
Right.
try it. It's really exciting. And, like, the Torchlight guys are so good at tuning the feel of that. You know, like, there's something about just clicking around. Like, I got this little tornado blade thing, and just clicking on that and have that, like, go through all the enemies.
Yeah.
There's something, for some reason, like, that's not easy to do right. No, but I mean, do you agree? Like,
I do agree. No.
like a lot of...
That's bullshit.
Fuck you. But, like, a lot of games in that genre just don't hit that.
Yeah.
And those guys do. And
I
it's
was
cool.
being
like,
stupid, though. I was clicking like a madman.
Yeah, Nick was sitting there, like,
I forgot
actually
how to play
doing
Diablo
the, like,
momentarily.
Yeah, he was,
You don't
you were,
just click?
You just hold it down. You click on a guy.
That's the
and you-
joke, but you don't actually do
Yeah.
that.
I only
Like,
know the joke.
yeah. I forgot. Yeah.
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 If you actually, if you actually play a video game, then
Yeah.
you know.
I would know to just hold it down.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're using the internet?
I'm
Like,
starting a
what?
stopwatch.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet.
We're talking about
Yeah.
this game a lot. I
All
have
right.
nothing to say about it.
My favorite thing about this game, I like that you can have a cat and a dog and a
And
ferret.
a ferret. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I like how there was like the year of the dog, and now
Yeah.
we're
every game has-
branching
every
out.
game
We're
has
just
a
like,
dog in
oh,
it. Yeah.
like what are we gonna do?
Oh,
Fuck,
it's
we better go to
ferret
ferrets.
time?
Hopefully
Yeah.
it's the year of the ferret.
Yeah.
Fable 3, ferret confirmed.
Wasn't the ferret in the first one? And they just didn't?
Oh yeah, apparently the ferret.
Oh, yeah,
you could
right.
get the ferret if you bought like the boxed edition of Torchlight, which is
So
which
they
is
started
cool, I
it.
guess.
I thought you were
but
saying there was
Yeah.
a ferret in the first Fable. Oh,
also that.
also that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beaten to the punch again by Molyneux.
Yeah. Molly's always one step ahead of the game.
Yeah.
That fucking guy. So yeah, I don't know. That's Torchlight. Also, Duke Nukem Forever exists.
Oh yeah.
We,
I don't really even know what to say about it.
Oh
but
yeah.
it's-
What do you say?
we should talk about that a little later because there are additional people.
Oh yeah,
who
there's
play
other.
that.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how? I mean, I don't know like how much you want to talk about, but I mean, how's it been at Bethesda for like? I mean,
It's been
you
really
haven't
good.
you haven't really been on Idle Thumbs since you started there.
I was.
You were?
There was that one day where I flew back.
Oh
and-
right, to talk about QWOP.
Well, you flew back and dropped off a flashcard with a wave file of yourself and then left again. So that was garbage.
Yeah. No, it's good times. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good company.
You're not going to
it's-
actually get Nick to say anything.
Yeah,
about
right.
anything. Oh yeah, it's a game company.
Well, how's your new gig, Remo?
I've only been there a week.
Well, why don't you have an opinion?
Bullshit. Ken Levine, that guy's a total
Yeah.
poser. Who'd have thought? BioShock. What?
Well, should we say that for later? I really want to talk about BioShock.
Oh yeah, we can talk about BioShock.
We can talk
later,
about, yeah, because we saw the gameplay footage yesterday.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really impressive stuff. Who was it? Like JP LeBreton was talking about Mad Men and how like it
On
always
Twitter
makes.
or something probably.
Huh? Yeah, just how it makes him want to read books.
Right.
And that BioShock is like that for me.
Where it just gets you excited about.
It just
thinking
gets you excited about,
things.
like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
That's something that I have to like.
I read
Reinforce
a
in
book because
myself.
of BioShock 3
Oh
trailer.
really? Oh yeah. We can
I
talk about
did.
that later probably.
We'll talk about everything later. when you guys are gone
Next,
and I'm not freaked out by
PAX, we'll talk about all these topics. We're gonna just like
Yeah.
write them down. And
Oh, should
then-
I be over
This is
here?
just the pitch session. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
Yeah. You're probably really quiet because your thing is far away.
No one wants to hear what I have to say.
Oh, Jake's sympathy.
Well, I didn't see the BioShock Infinite footage either, so.
Oh yeah.
Look how pleased he is
Go
for not
figure.
knowing
Yeah,
anything about a video game. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read a book recently called I think it's like the Imperial Cruise or something about
Is it fiction or nonfiction?
nonfiction about Teddy Roosevelt's like,
cool.
like journey to Asia in 1905.
Yeah.
And yes, I did. I read that. In case you were wondering.
Is that your fucking comment? Is
Yeah,
that-
pretty much.
That's your takeaway?
No, I was
It's
just gonna say no. I mean,
read
'cause it was just awesome just seeing that. Well, yeah, fine.
like, seeing what? Seeing what?
it was
What
awesome
awesome
just
thing?
seeing
Well, no,
So, yeah.
What did Teddy-
seeing
did he
that-
fucking
well,
punch a tiger?
the first,
Like, what
okay, I don't want to describe the gameplay footage, but the first shot of that gameplay
the
footage
book?
is amazing. No, of the the first shot of the book.
I don't know. You read a book. What was interesting about it?
Well, no, I was going to relate it to the
This
game.
is Idle Thumbs. We talk
You,
about books.
you can.
The first shot of that game is of the I've already beaten
Is
the
you
game.
reading that
but,
book.
But yeah,
Here. This is why Nick left the podcast.
yeah, pretty much.
Because of what's happening right now. You have no idea.
Anyway,
No, let's hear it.
it was no okay. So the first shot is just this amazing image. It's like McKinley-esque where you've got like Uncle Sam up and just all these crazy racial themes going
really?
on. And what? No, but you
You're
saw
talking
it.
about of the trailer. I
Of
keep
the
thinking you're
trailer.
talking about the book.
No, I'm talking about the gameplay. No, I'm talking about,
no-
and I was going to
books don't have
say,
gameplay
I was going to say
footage.
that the book, you know,
But the book has
talks
those
about the
themes
same.
of just, like,
yeah, well, I mean, it's just describing how that. I mean, it's you know, it's written about 1905, which is what you know.
Yeah.
And it's just, I really love that there is a thing that I can go, oh, I read about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Anyway.
cool. I mean,
You
it
feel
says I like.
cultured
Yeah.
when watching your video games.
No, I mean, I've probably mentioned it on like a prior cast, but
Yeah.
I really like when people make games that have some level of accountability. Like when there's something that.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, most games, including BioShock Infinite, obviously, and like the majority of games are invented things almost entirely. But it's nice when there's like some level of accountability that you can like graft onto and be like, this is a thing that might actually spur you to look at something else or
Right.
read something else or learn about something. Dante's Inferno,
That is
clearly.
a textbook example.
Yeah.
Although that
Yeah.
makes you just want to, I don't know, that actually makes you want to look at nothing ever again. I was going to say that for some reason it makes you want to look at like a nipple that's barfing a baby, but that's what's already there, so you've already seen that.
So you're done? You just, yeah.
Unrelated to that, we just had an informal Idle Thumbs bar gathering the first night of the show, and I got to show like a 22-year-old guy who worked at Telltale Goatse for the first
Oh,
time.
man, yeah.
Oh my God.
That was great.
He asked to see it.
Go team.
The Wikipedia article points out that it's taken down, but then at the bottom it helpfully links to the web archive mirror, which is a
Yes.
full site.
Goatse.org, yeah.
Goatse.
Is it goatse.org? The Goatse Foundation.
.muse.
They've got it.
Yeah.
Tax-available.
.museum.co. Yeah. That was amazing.
Goatse.biz.
Goatse on an iPhone is not...
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
looking at Nick.
What about
Goatse.
Goatse.museum?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Hey.
Did you ever think, what if it was a museum, though? Yeah.
Maybe we should stop
We
this
should take
now.
a break.
We should take, yes.
Let's take a break.
You should adjust this to not make the microphone hit your shirt, because we heard your shirt a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll just edit this out.
I don't know how to do that.
I just want, this
Maybe
part
those guys
isn't in the
can help me do that.
podcast.
Yeah.
They'll help you with your shirt.
Okay, I'm going to go get some help with my shirt.
Oh, now, what do we talk about, Jake? This is like the part in
what
Wayne's
always
World.
We've even said that on the podcast before. Chris goes over there to adjust his shirt,
Yeah.
and then we just sort of, even when there's not an audience, we just sort of. So you playing StarCraft 2? you checking that out?
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I heard it's like StarCraft.
Kind of. There's like a Marine. That had water in it, and I didn't realize it still had water in it. I'm really sorry, Jake.
This is such a
I just totally got Jake all wet.
this is such a piece of garbage that we're making right now. This is bullshit.
I'm really sorry.
Now it's time for a break.
Now Jake hates me. He's gonna punch me now.
I love you.
Okay. That was a nice break.
In 21, 25, I was on a mining colony on Mars. Just a quiet backwater facility among the stars. But then one day I was minding my own business. I was mining my own ore. And there he was, space asshole. But yeah, in a truck flying off a ridge, space asshole, smashing through a bridge. And as he landed, out came his hammer, smashed my boss right in the face. Space asshole, planting charges left and right. Space asshole, all he does is annihilate and fight. I didn't sign up for this, I just wanted to get away somewhere remote. Just a place where I could earn myself a day's pay without being smote. But every time I think it's safe, every time I think it's calm, I'm wrong. Space asshole, hammer swinging, buildings falling down. Space asshole, laying waste to this entire town. Now all the rest are dead. Space asshole has prevailed. Only I am left alive to tell the tale of space asshole. comes out of nowhere to destroy. Space asshole, wanton carnage is all he can enjoy. Space asshole, space asshole, space asshole. He's the space asshole.
We deliberately put Chris in the darkest corner of the room for this. Oh yeah, we now have special guests. We have. We can mix it up. I'll go back to my home over there at the end. What? No, I hate it over here. Oh no, what?
I love you. I'm so sorry.
What's happening? Oh, I'm gonna hang out with you. Hi. We're joined by Steve Hot Scoops Gaynor and famous Vanaman.
Yeah, Chris is now Hot
that's,
Scoops.
this is Idle Thumbs, not the Idle Thumbs podcast.
This is retroactively.
please.
Steve is retroactively Hot Scoops.
We don't have a thing over here. It's cool.
Oh, no,
Now we do.
Oh shit.
Hey.
Sorry,
Hi,
they were more
everybody.
clever than we were with
What's up, dudes?
Hey. Oh, you're down there. Hello.
Hey, Steve.
Chris.
How's it going?
Pretty
Well,
good.
we sit like this at your apartment in one line, just all looking
Yeah,
at the
right.
wall.
This is really
Look out
strange,
Chris's
actually.
window at the San Francisco skyline and,
And the
are
police
inspired.
cars.
Yeah. That's an interesting change.
Yeah.
Of all the things to change about Idle Thumbs, too.
Oh, that we look at the wall now?
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't do that when you
I
were
didn't
there?
know.
Oh, Chris was like, you look at the wall. And so I said, thank you for letting me be on a podcast. Yeah,
That's too bad.
Also, these guys met each other yesterday.
Yeah,
Yes.
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I feel like I've known you for so much longer than that.
I know.
You're really great.
Well,
do
through the
you-
magic of the Idle Thumbs podcast.
Why do you discuss your impressions of each other? What is
Well, I like Nick because he gets super excited about everything, including his job, when I ask him how it's going.
right. That's okay. That's good. Sweet.
I like everything about Sean.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, man.
We can hug it out later. Okay. It's like what games? God,
Yeah.
I'm so uncomfortable not
What
talking about
games?
games. I think I can think of one game
Oh, yeah?
that I want to talk about.
God.
What? Oh,
Which one? We're pulling out.
I think
Well,
you're the-
actually, I want to talk about.
Oh, I thought.
What?
I want to talk about Steve's experience with Duke Nukem.
Okay.
Forever.
I can officially declare that I pissed out of a Duke dick.
Sweet.
Did anyone else here piss out of Duke Nukem's dick today?
Oh, we got one hand.
It's
Two.
like
Yeah.
7 people, maybe?
Hey.
God, Duke's
Was
dick
that,
has got a
was that
lot of
not
action.
Crit Path, or was the line just too long to experience this?
It's a long line.
That's a separate
apparently.
line.
Man, I can't even hear you guys all the way down there. This is a
Oh,
weird
I'm sorry.
configuration.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
fine.
about Duke Nukem's penis.
Apparently, a lot of people have been interacting with it today. So just a normal day for Duke, right?
For those of you who didn't wait in line for Duke Nukem Forever, and which includes me, I actually missed. I scheduled an appointment just so I could see this after Steve told me. But there's a part where you press the right trigger and then pee comes out of him in first person.
Yeah, the part,
you have to watch
that's the
this.
first part. That's
Yeah.
like
But
the
it's-
first interaction in the game is urination.
It's
Yeah.
it's scripted though. You can't even move around.
You can.
yeah, but you can.
That's what I mean. You can
like
move
some
his
other
head
scenes.
around, but the stream it's just a cylinder.
You can look around, but there's no fluid dynamics.
But you can let go and do it again. Like you
Oh,
can
you can?
start and stop and go in little spurts.
That's really hard to do.
Oh,
by
it's
the way.
it's the intensity is bound to the trigger.
yeah.
Oh, is
Oh my God.
Does the controller vibrate when you stop? I just feel because it's so hard to stop. Once
See,
you're
now
going, I mean,
now you're still
Yeah.
talking about it.
what? I'm asking a force feedback question.
The answer
I
to
don't know
all
what
of your
the problem is.
questions is yes. Every question is going to be yes.
And the
when it
answer is
comes-
you did try to look down as far as you could.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
all you can see is the very end of the stream. I was disappointed. But
I hate it when that's.
what can you do?
So that's all I wanted to talk about.
Duke Nukem Forever, complete. Discussion over.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
We also
We also played a pretty sweet game.
Yeah, we
last
played a
night
pretty sweet
and
game.
today.
Are you
this
referring
morning.
to the Far Cry 2 of PAX?
yeah. This is
their Vine
We
hunt.
have like a far yeah. We
I
have
spoiled
a new podcast game here. For the last one, I guess. But
We're going to talk about it on every future episode of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we stopped by the board game checkout room last night to because you guys were
playing
you had
Zombie
played
Dice.
Zombie Dice.
Yeah, and it was super fun. Like Zombie Dice is a cool, fun game. And I was standing in line and to return Zombie Dice, and I look over. And actually, if you hand me the thing, and I see
We
this,
checked it out again.
And
This
this is great.
We're
'cause you guys can see it,
monopolizing this game for the entire. They only have one.
Yeah,
copy,
they only have
so
one
we're
copy. I
asking.
look over and I see this gentleman, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a weird Hitler,
like
Saddam Hussein, Mussolini hybrid,
But like
wearing
also,
a smock.
also he's an exquisite
wearing a
Frenchman.
He's wearing a
It's an
smock,
apron.
He is kind of French, and it says in Vino Veritas, and the game is Weinhändler. It's wine cellar, cellar, cellars, wine cellar
Wine
cellars.
cellars.
So I look at Jake, I'm like, how the fuck did we not play this instead? I mean, no, beef to zombie dice is a great game, but Jesus, why did we not just immediately
Why did we not play
gravitate to this?
Weinhändler?
Weinhändler.
Yeah.
No.
And then we did
So
play
we
it for like
did.
2 days.
And the rule book is the most just inscrutable, I mean, it's only like, I want to call it a tome. It's only 8 pages, but
Well,
I
it's
mean,
in German.
that's-
It feels like a
It's in-
tome.
It's in four,
that's
like
the
size
vibe
4
you get.
font.
Yeah, and it's
very
Run on
enthusiastic.
sentence.
It starts okay. So the only thing you do in this game is bid on wine and then put wine on the table.
You have to
And, like,
aesthetically
the
stack
first-
your wine
yeah.
collection by shape and color
Right.
to make it worth more euros.
But the Euro
points,
Euro
pardon.
points.
Not
They're
just-
not euros or points. They're fucking Euro points. But also, so really, all you do in this game is you trade from this wine market. And then you arrange your wine. There's like 2 things you do in this game. And the first instruction is like, the game includes 4 phases. And that's like how they start. And then it
it
never...
describes the phases over 3 pages. And literally,
Yeah.
we sat Nick down today and taught him to play the game
my
in
God.
like 47
You
seconds.
spend money on wine and then you arrange your wine to look
Yeah.
good. It's actually really a good game, though.
It's
It
really
is,
good.
it's very-
Because it's so
Steve
simple. The
hasn't
whole
played it
thing
'cause he
is just
hates it.
like the market of trading this wine around. But it's actually, because it's so simple, you can really do it quite quickly. And it's one of those games where there ends up being little bits of strategy that unveil themselves as you go, because even if you bid on wine with wine, like it's trading. So
Yeah, so
if you
get your
want
head
the
around
wine
that
on the
shit.
table, you place your bid in the
No.
form of more wine.
Wine is worth Euro points, but Euro points are not a tangible currency in Weinhändler. Get it straight. Long story short, we will be hosting. If all of you guys want to hang out outside, it can only have up to 5 teams, but I think we can do 25 versus 25 versus 25 versus 25 of Weinhändler.
It'll be like the stock exchange floor.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
people
just
screaming,
around waving wine.
Zinfandel! It'll be so good.
Yeah, you trade Merlot and Zinfandel and like what else is in here? I don't remember.
Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that's what
this
this
is
game
really
is.
intriguing
This,
shit
this
here.
is
Yeah,
like
this
the
is amazing.
douchiest game ever. Like
We put on the hoity-toity voices.
We were playing a Weinhändler version where it was
Which is not sponsored. It's
supported
only
in the
free to-
game.
yeah,
Like,
but
had to
we
do
figured
this,
it out.
yeah. But Sean and I were just playing one-on-one, and it's a way different dynamic. It's intense when you're just 2 Weinhändlers. Like,
It is, yeah.
I was stacking my bottles like crazy. I didn't know what was
there
going to
was this-
happen.
But then as we were playing, I became very self-conscious of being a Weinhändler playing Weinhändler when I was going around-
He also refers to his wine as his Weinhändler, which
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
no.
The cards.
Oh, that's a hell of a Weinhändler you got there,
my
Weinhändler.
No. It's not just my wine. It's the arrangement of my wine.
Your
is
cellar.
is my Weinhändel, and I'm the
Weinhändler. Okay, sorry.
Please.
1,000 pardons.
It's such a simple game
And so,
to understand.
well, pretty much every like object or noun or anything in this game, we would just call it a Weinhändel, and like every verb is basically to Weinhändel.
Well, and then when we I defeated you, you were like, oh, well handled.
Weinhändel, fellow Weinhändler.
Yeah.
But the moment when I became very self-conscious about playing Weinhändler was when we were going back and forth. And it was
It's
very
when those
intense.
guys came by and threw slurs at us.
And I was going through my hand, and there's the pool in the middle that you bid on, and we were just in a back and forth bidding war. And this girl was like walking by, she was trying to find something, and she walks by the table, and like just right at that moment, as she takes a second to like look at what we're doing and trying to figure out what this is, I'm just like, God, I really fucking need that Merlot. And she just like kind of shakes her head and moves away, and then I feel like, so that was pretty great, but it's a fun game.
It's a really fun game.
It
And
is
the thing,
good.
actually, the point to bring it back to just games in general that I wanted to make about this is we talked about this last night.
Yeah.
And it was late and we'd had
It was like
we'd had a
2
lot
a.m.
of wine to drink,
we-
so this might not be
we
interesting.
actually did go through 2 bottles of wine.
But,
Bottled some vine.
like when you see something that is so goddamn ridiculous, we will pass this
Just
around.
in life, in
anything.
this is not just games.
This is
This
not
is just-
games.
This
could
is
be
how you should
food.
live your life, generally
Like
speaking.
there are 2 options with this game.
Yeah.
Because it exists, it got to us. It somehow was made in a
There was
room.
like a pair of German people who said, let's make a game
Called
Claudia
Weinhändler.
and Roman Pellick. And we're going to make a game about wine sellers, and we're going to put that on the box. And then, we're going to commission an artist to create this man. All these decisions are made. We're going to make an entire game about a thing that no one in the world has any frame of reference for. There's like 8 guys probably who fucking know what this means.
8 Weinhändlers.
And the last Weinhändler. There's like a painting of him in a wine cellar somewhere.
But it has to get made and packaged
and then it has to be
manufactured
localized,
and localized,
published in the United States
Poorly.
for whatever tiny market is going to buy this. Like, this game had to go through so many possible failure points to arrive at the room.
It's still going through.
Yeah, in that, and there's one copy in that little checkout room of the thing, and it's
the thing is, to get here, it's 2 things.
Yeah.
It's either fucking incredible, and it is really, really, really
It's
fun.
good. It's really good.
Or it's just atrocious and totally worth playing for the story.
Exactly.
So you just have to do it. So
And
whether
that's
it's
how things work. And
video game
that's
or
like
this or
the philosophy of idle thumbs, basically. Like, that's right.
What? Is that the philosophy of idle thumbs?
I mean, that's why I think
It is.
I mean,
That's what you guys told me when you wanted me to come on. You're like, it's going to be really good, or it's going to be a fucking train wreck.
Steps.
And you're going to be glad that you were in it, even though you're burning alive on the side of the tracks.
no, but I mean,
Well, people watch.
How many games?
While they read.
Fucking QWOP. How much discussion
God.
did Nick and I get out of
Are we
QWOP,
starting
right?
this?
You actually won
just saying,
on the
like-
last episode that he was on.
Yeah.
It was like 10 minutes.
Oh
Total.
yeah, that was the first time we. Yeah, Nick and I.
So
had
you
many-
didn't really get that much
continuation.
Okay,
Sorry,
It was
just
not
to-
recorded, but Nick and I have had hours of discussion about.
Take our
QWOP.
word
It was
for
really
We talked about
hilarious.
this a lot.
And but the point is, like, you start that game and it's like such a bizarre thing. It's like, how could this possibly? It doesn't make any sense at all. And I assume
Right
most of the people
thigh.
and me the first time I played it,
Left calf.
yeah, right thigh.
Yeah.
The first time you try it and it's nonsense, and then the guy fucking collapses, and you're like, what is this garbage?
Or every time, if you're me playing it.
But it's like, no, but the fact that it's like, all right, there's something hilarious and weird and interesting about this. And if we can like push through that initial just obfuscation of every
Yeah.
I did not like that answer. We can just get in there deep, just figure out where it really just.
but like,
Sean played a different QWOP.
it was still physics based though. It was a dense simulation. But you get through that, and like honestly, I feel like we uncovered some genuine, interesting.
Yeah. You
I'm not
extracted
kidding, I mean,
something.
it's-
Something really warm.
It's idiotic and stupid, but also, I mean,
We gave birth to it, really.
no. It was
the weird
worthwhile.
thing is-
I'm glad we did
no,
that.
it was.
No,
I'm glad
the
that
thing,
for some
the
reason
thing about
spent
something
2
like
hours in a
QWOP, I
stupid
think,
hotel room.
is that like there's that point for pretty much every game. Like the
Yeah.
guys in QA or something will just
Right.
like eradicate your game. That they'll speed run your 12-hour game in like 45 minutes or whatever. And it's like that's true of pretty much anything you make. But with QWOP, you have to be that good to succeed ever.
Exactly.
Which I think is
Yeah.
why it makes it see like you start it and you're like, oh, I can see if I can be better than humanly possible at this, I might not fail. And you can see
Yeah.
the light at the end of the tunnel from really far away.
Yeah.
The light at the end
Well,
of the
the
tunnel
first-
is perfection, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's
It's
the
littered
only
with
option,
corpses all the way down the tunnel.
Yeah. But the first time you actually get your guy to take 2 steps in a row, like legitimate strides,
It's amazing.
it's amazing. Like that was.
I think it was one of the best feelings I've ever had playing a
yeah,
game.
absolutely.
I'm not even kidding.
That was
No.
that was very sincere.
You cried.
Yeah.
The
No,
countdown
I
to
did.
tears ended.
It did in that hotel room. Yeah. Man, QWOP.
QWOP. Fine.
But that's a
Vine
game.
Handler.
And Weinhändler.
But Weinhändler, yeah.
Somewhere near the end of
Actually,
Weinhändler, grenade
playing-
goes down a hill.
Trying to figure out how to play Weinhändler was almost like that because the instructions are so terrible.
We were
my
also
God.
just as the worst situation. There was we had
Many
4
drinks
teams
had
of
been
2, so we had 8
consumed, and-
people around a bar, and we were all drinking, and it was 1 a.m.
Yeah.
But we still had fun. Like we figured it
was a
out,
blast,
and then
yeah.
so much that we came back and got it the next day.
Which had nothing to do with being sleep deprived or drunk.
That's true. Well, based on the way those instructions are written, you should. I'll like make a copy. You should read them.
We'll distribute the Weinhändler instructions.
But like that's the same reason we kind of went after Weinhändler, and I mean it's the same reason like Deadly Premonition kind of came into the fold
Yeah.
when. Like,
Well, Deadly Premonition came into the fold because you just started playing that when you didn't want to
When
play
we-
the game we were playing
Kind of. Yeah.
for 2 hours.
But like there was a gem in
And then you
there.
won.
Like because we were playing Imperial 2030, and you're driving around in like an SUV in that town, and all of a
Talking
sudden
about
he just starts
movies.
talking about Robert Zemeckis and
Yeah, exactly.
movies inside of a video game, and that whistle is playing.
Yeah. You
So-
guys were trying to play a very serious board game, and then just in the background you hear a weird guy talking about Back to the Future, and you're all like, what?
And it's
Deadly
survival
Premonition,
horror.
guys. And then his license plate said Sheriff Video Games.
Yes, it did. It said VIDGMS.
Oh, yeah. So now that we've talked about the card and tile-based Weinhändler and the corporate global conquest board game Civilization 2030,
Imperial 2030.
Civilization 5, Imperial 2030. I don't.
What are you saying, Jake?
We could talk about it. We could talk about a video game, maybe. I mean,
Oh, video games.
we don't have to.
Is there a song coming up, or we got anything else?
No.
Can't you just be a troubadour for now?
Yeah, we're spoiled on this one because whenever anything becomes remotely awkward, we can just try to make Chris play a song,
dance
and then he
for us,
actually
Chris.
feels obligated. Dance.
Well, actually, we're also spoiled on this one, since at this point we could be like, let's cut this part out.
Yeah. We would also just say, let's take a break, and then we would go talk about whatever, You'd
stupid
catch us in the
bullshit, yeah.
background talking about Skipper Croft or whatever.
Yeah, and then it fades into us talking about a cyborg arm on Skipper Croft. You don't know about the
I
horrible
know,
shit
being
that
accountable to
happens.
people in a
Off the
space
air.
is terrible.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's-
guys.
Yo, what's up?
I ruined everything by saying we should talk about games.
I know, yeah, what was that? Did you play a game, Jake? Aside from a Weinhändler?
Weinhändler.
Spaff showed us Little Big Planet 2.
Oh yeah,
yeah?
We saw Little Big Planet 2 as
Oh, yeah.
demoed by
Say hi, Spaff. Raise your hand.
This is
UK
Spaff from Idle
Thumbs.
Thumbs UK
Spaff,
right
one
here.
of the guys who
He's a good
created
guy.
Idle Thumbs before it was a podcast.
Stand up,
Big hand for Spaff.
Stand up, Spaff.
Who is now at Media Molecule and demoed for Sean and I Little Big Planet 2, which looks super awesome. We're only going to talk about games that are either obscure German board games or games that we are in some way affiliated with.
Yeah.
Except for Duke Nukem's dick.
I'm affiliated with it.
Oh, actually, I guess you and
If you know
Chris
what I
are both,
mean.
Yeah.
So what's up with Little Big Planet 2?
I also there's also a whole music sequencer in Little Big Planet 2, and I
Oh,
sat
really?
down and
nice.
Spaff showed me how to use it, and I sat down and made a bunch of music.
You made
stuff. It's
music?
Cool. Yeah, it's
You
it's
made
really
good music, actually. It sounded like, because I heard that, I was like, oh, Chris made this. Like, it sounded like something you would
How
make.
did you?
because it sounded good.
Because you played it for me on your phone.
That wasn't. I didn't. It wasn't my phone.
Is it your phone, Spaff?
Oh, it was Spaff's buddy, I guess.
It was somebody.
We
there.
don't. We
It
can't.
was
You can't
cool.
hear it.
Or I made it up.
Little Big Planet 2 is a crazy game. I mean, we had stuff to talk about with that actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, like we were talking about the other day, like I feel like that game is going to, like, in 15 years, we're going to look back and be like, oh, that was super important for
Yeah.
what it's, I mean, what you guys have been able to do, because I know you programmed it all yourself, Spaff. But, like, it's essentially just, like, those microchips become, like, object-based programming tools where, like, you have people learning to make full games. And, like, we've said that about Little Big Planet 1, but we're talking,
It's
like,
way more.
Well, this
extreme
we
than Little Big
watched.
Planet 2.
Media Molecule brought some dudes who just sort of like don't point to one of them. They brought a bunch of guys who I guess sort of modded the crap out of the first one to just sit at the booth and show everyone that they know nothing about Little Big Planet. So we walk past this guy and he's like, "Oh, I'm building a plotter printer," and then the next guy is like, "I've made Marble Madness using the 6-axis controls." Like, what? What in the world is this? Oh, and the plotter printer just said the word "mark," which was nice. It should, yeah. It printed light. I was impressed. I guess no one else gives a shit.
but like, I think it's like you kind of get to the point where maybe you expect that from Little Big Planet because of what people did with the first one, but like the way they've expanded the tool is just unbelievable.
But and these people were
Like,
just
what
putting
did you
this
say? You
crap
could
together
make a
on the
Mario.
show floor.
What was that?
They were making this stuff just on the floor.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
they basically went from having like hinges and stuff to having a full-on like visual
To having
scripting
a
language.
robot.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can basically just do
What? There's
Kismet
one.
for Unreal 3, like, but
Yeah,
it's
but in a video game.
yeah.
In
You bought
an
it.
actual shipping game. Yeah.
Well, and it's just you press a button to a man.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's Little Big Planet 2.
Oh, sorry,
actually.
a
That's
boy.
it.
A button
You
with
press a
man.
button to a man. Oh, but no, remember that whole like avatar thing that they have now? You can make a like digital sack boy. And,
Yeah, there's the- I don't know, we should-
Mind.
Yeah.
for
You can
sure.
press a button to him.
Well, no, there's these things where you can set your Sackboy down in
It's like a
flight
Tamagotchi.
stick. It's hard to explain.
No, it's not like a Tamagotchi. Basically,
There was
you
cool
can
shit
you
going
can
on.
create a new version of yourself as like a robot Sackboy or like a Sackbot or whatever the hell those are called, and then give him new properties. So if you were trying to get through a wall, you can just jump into a little thing, make yourself super big,
Well,
and he can pick
you
up
can you can control a gigantic Sackboy.
Yeah.
Using your Sackboy. Sackboy.
It sounds weird. Just go look. We will stop rambling about it, but it's worth checking out. It's very very cool.
It's really cool.
It's going to be, I think, important long term.
Yeah.
End.
Quote Sean Van
Sean Van-
This is going to be important. Go look at it.
Box quote.
Your kids will ask you where you were when Little Big Planet 2 came
Yeah.
out.
That's box quote from Sean Famous Vanaman, and then you press a button to a man is the tagline. That just goes under the title.
Well, yeah, that's
You guys can have that one.
Yeah, Little Big Planet 2. You press a button to a man. This is important. Oh, good.
Dot, 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 yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the plan was.
Hey,
Or was it-
I got a question.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You guys did you guys talk about this already? You talked about a book, but you didn't actually talk about seeing BioShock Infinite, right? I didn't actually watch the video. I haven't seen the gameplay. I wanted to, but I guess I'll have to see it on the internet. But I've read it described. What was cool about it, Nick? Because Chris is too close to it. You're
Yeah, you can't say anything,
outlawed.
Chris. Well, you can say good to neutral things about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that game, I would say that game is like neutral to good.
So you're going with like 7.8.
I would skew towards the good side.
Okay.
7.8. It's nice of you, Steve.
What? That's neutral to good.
Man, box quotes.
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was trying to describe this badly earlier,
Yeah.
but the first shot of it is just amazing. I mean, it's like this crazy McKinley-esque. I mean, it's
said
basically like, did I say that?
Describe it more fully.
Okay, so there's like, it's just the themes that are
Reconstructed in my mind's eye.
Steve.
What? Sorry.
no. No, it's really interesting. It's also kind of interesting to see just a BioShock game in broad daylight, and I mean, there's one part in the footage where a guy just like busts into a bar, and there are lots of dudes in the bar, and they're all like alive, and and it was like, whoa,
This is new for BioShock.
This is new for BioShock, yeah.
Oh, but they're alive, but they don't have like a hook welded to their
Right,
arm.
yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, it's really interesting. I mean, Chris was kind of like, well, this game might, be somewhat pushing the. Oh, you didn't say that.
Well, he said it might be neutral to good.
But yeah.
And you were like, no, that looks way better than neutral to good. Chris, come on, don't be so down on yourself.
No, but it's
Right? Sorry, was that accurate?
It will be better than good.
Okay, good.
confirmed.
That's why you're hot scoops now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
What was the coolest thing in it?
The coolest thing, I mean, honestly, the first shot was just amazing. The billboards, just seeing all the sort of propaganda,
the coolest
American
thing in the game was that one texture.
Yeah, no, all this crazy imperialist America propaganda all over the place. It was just really interesting, and just that whole vibe.
Yeah. It seems to me, but you've seen more of it than I have, but it seems to really be kind of, political commentary on current stuff like Tea Party stuff, and there's all this kind of like xenophobia.
Is that what it's about?
Well, I mean, it's all like all of the propaganda is like, all like anti-immigration to Colombia and stuff. It seems. I don't know. It seems to be very much drawing a parallel intentionally. I mean,
I
did
feel
that
like
come
if
out
the
when
United
you were
States was in
watching
the
it?
sky, like
We wouldn't want
illegal
more people
immigrants
in
would have
it.
a really hard time.
Stop climbing up those chains. Get off
Mexico
our balloons.
jetpack technology to go through the roof.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd still see the news articles about people floating over from Cuba, but they would do it in like the
On,
chitty
like,
chitty bang
makeshift
bang car,
balloons.
basically. What?
Somebody would
That
shock
be
like
awesome.
the water, and they would
So they're shocking water.
They're shocking. Well, there is a shock in the BioShock, so that must be the connection.
Expectations
To the-
fulfilled.
Yeah.
Shock guaranteed.
Yeah, but no, I mean they also showed the amazing like Game Informer cover art,
Yeah, I saw
all that I've seen
which
of
was
that.
really interesting. I mean,
It's really interesting.
well, no,
It
yeah,
is.
It is.
Magical.
It was. It was. I mean, they did the whole sort of faux 1905, or actually I think it was 1911
evening.
Saturday Evening Post. Yeah,
Like they actually
That-
used the entire like font treatment of the Saturday Evening Post circa 1910. So the Game Informer cover doesn't even have the Game Informer logo on it. It says Game Informer magazine in uber old-timey font. It's actually really, I had never seen these until yesterday.
So next month, go and trade in your used games to get this magazine.
Yeah.
yeah.
What? Don't you want them to do that? You work there.
Maybe they trade in BioShock.
At GameStop?
Oh no!
You didn't go to work at GameStop? I thought that's why you went to Boston. You're like, there's a GameStop in Quincy that's awesome.
Brad.
Like, there's one in San Rafael. You'd be cool. Stay here. Nope.
Nope.
That's too bad.
Boston GameStop for life.
We're down to like 15 minutes. Do
Yeah.
you want to?
Oh, yeah.
Do we have
Do
reader
you wanna-
mail?
Yeah, we'll do some reader mail, which means you will mail it from your mouths to our ears from there. But
But first,
before that, Chris has got to go adjust his microphone again.
that's all it is.
You know, I never really realized that your microphone adjustment station was going to be 100 yards from the table.
Yeah.
And it's just like, just patter. Just fill it up.
But,
Thank you guys for coming, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
I have no idea if you guys wanted to just hear us actually just talk about random video games and not
I spent
involve you in any way,
$5,000
but
to
that's
pay
what
these
we
guys to
decided
get
to do,
here.
I guess. What?
I just gave everybody like a little 20 spot, so this cost me
Oh, that's-
shitload.
That's cool.
Just so you wouldn't cry, Jake.
I
You might still cry.
might cry.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
no,
now a
that's actually
podcast.
part of the song.
Attention.
Amazing. Oh, so glad.
That's your best song ever, Chris.
Yeah, it was really hard.
How did you do that on your guitar?
I'm on airplane. Everybody on airplane?
It's not me.
No, it's not. I'm airplaned.
I'm airplane also.
You're on airplane. You're good over here.
Yeah.
You ready?
Maybe your guitar's trying to make a fucking call.
That was
Get
taking
me
the
out
place of the sirens, as per usual, to interrupt us.
Yeah.
The playing a song police are on the way.
Changes. I learned war has changed, but in the end it doesn't matter anyway, because this is the dawning of a brand new day, and it doesn't matter what you do, 'cause I'm the motherfucking wizard. The wizard, a formidable wielder of arcane magics. The wizard engages his foes from afar, foregoing close combat in favor of powers far more arcane and inscrutable, including Spectral Blade, improved Spectral Blade, and a magic missile so devastating you'll regret ever crossing paths with this rebellious foe. The wizard.
That was good wizardry. I feel so proud of you right now, Chris.
Take some reader mail.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Questions.
Line
Do you
up at
guys
the
want
mic
to line
for
up
reader
at a
mail.
microphone to speak?
If you want to send a question to idlethumbs.net right now
Speak a
through your
mail.
mouth.
Yeah, five
Wizard
Wizard on
on.
begins.
It's not that good.
Because his phone is
It's
so
fine.
fucking-
It's totally fine.
Chris
Do we have
may
shit
cut
to-
you off if you get to more than 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Do we
Say,
have stuff?
Oh, yeah, we have
You
stuff.
guys have stuff to give him, right?
Yeah, when you get
Oh,
done with your question,
that's
just
right.
come over
Oh,
here
yeah.
and we'll
Yeah,
hook
yeah,
you
yeah.
up with
We'll sell you on
promotional
games
shit
that-
from our games.
We have a pile of posters, so that's your prize.
Yeah.
Hello,
Okay,
friend.
Go ahead, sir.
So, because many of you have gone from journalism into development, do you think that your experience with gaming canon has given you an edge in development? And are you worried about losing that now that you have less time to play games?
A weekend, are you worried about losing your edge, Chris?
Well, I'm the
Not your
I mean,
subscription to Edge.
It makes more sense. I feel like I shouldn't answer this first because it's so new to me compared to other people.
Yeah, Nick,
I was
speak,
never
read
in
on.
journalism, so.
Yeah, but Nick was.
I'm new to this as well, but
Yeah, you've been like a year now, right?
Well, I mean, I guess I can speak
How
to
long
like.
has it been?
Well, I mean, it is weird not being in journalism and missing a lot of things that happen in the industry and having to catch up and play having to actively play games just to sort of feel like you still kind of know what's going on. But I'm sure
You don't need to do that.
The Rodkin School of...
Jake can confirm this through experience.
Well, I know that. I mean, I can say that doing Idle Thumbs actually I felt a lot of pressure to play more games than I otherwise would.
Yeah.
Because otherwise there wouldn't be anything to talk about. And
Right.
so I'd go out of my way. I mean, I'd feel really nervous if we were coming up on a recording day and I hadn't played enough games. I would be like, oh my God, what the fuck am I going to say on a video game podcast?
video pod.
I would find. I mean, that's part of why I would end up finding like weird little goofy ass things.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
Snoopy
That's why
became
Snoopy's
my
flying
Oh
favorite.
yeah, that's why you
Dude.
played Snoopy.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we're recording a podcast, and it's like the second thing on the dashboard. So I just
Yeah.
download it and play it, and it was fun.
Yeah.
What's your name, bud? Sorry.
Oh, I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey,
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It's almost like a game club, just having to like.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Except we all play different things and then get
Yeah.
confused with each other.
Yeah.
We're like old women who read the same book and talk about
No, we
it.
don't read this. We don't play the same. It's like old women who play a
don't
bunch
cry
of
about
different
it, though.
books and then are just like,
And
then
then
a grenade
read
rolled down a
games.
hill.
Except all the old women play Far Cry 2.
That's true. I guess we do all play the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just never changes. It's always that game.
I heard it did.
That
change.
and
Oh, it has
Oh,
changed,
no,
actually.
I
No,
heard
we all
it
said
never
that.
does.
Yeah.
Okay. Good question.
Thank you. Next read your mail.
Yeah, no, we will go. We will
Thank
go.
you, next.
Well, we
I mean,
have a big
generally,
line.
we
We
will
should-
go, we will go 25 minutes on every Let me get through this whole line, so we should go a little faster than we normally do, which is half
that
an
guy get
hour
to come
of
up
an
and get some
email.
posters?
Yeah, come over here, Matt.
Well,
come
yeah.
be friend.
How about
Don't sit
afterwards? If
down.
you ask a question, we can do posters just so we.
Oh yeah, that's probably for the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
we'll see
Matt.
you right
go,
after.
go home.
No,
we'll
go
we'll
on.
get you in a second.
Okay,
Don't-
cool.
We'll
Sit
remember
down.
you.
Go,
No,
sit
whatever.
down.
Yeah,
Do not approach.
yeah. We'll get you some stuff.
We
Go
don't
to
know
swag
what we're
first.
doing.
Yeah. Okay.
We're terrible.
Maybe you can all go stand by the PowerPoint screen so it's really awkward. That
Sit down and then we'll give
we'll-
you guys stuff
we'll-
from our games, which is not going to be cool, by the way.
We won't give you a
the games
poster
will be
unless
cool.
you play a song on that guitar. Hi there.
Hey,
All right, I'm going to make my question quick then. I bought Far Cry 2 because of you guys, and I
oh God.
and
Sorry.
unfortunately
I
I
don't wanna hear
didn't I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Bad.
They will mob you.
Hey,
That guy
Raise
was
your hand if you
I
didn't
think,
like
I
Far
think
Cry
a quote
2.
from Clint Hawking, creative director on Far Cry 2, might be the best response.
Oh my God.
would also be really mean.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing here, Chris?
Hey,
What are you?
whatever. He came up and he's complaining that he wasted money because of
So
us.
wait, no, finish your question.
Except,
though.
I was
Except,
just, I was
right?
just wondering.
Oh no.
What did you guys? What was the greatest appeal about that game? Did I play it wrong or something?
How long did you play it?
Are you
I
familiar
played
with
it
the
from
phrase "a
beginning to
grenade
end,
rolled down
from the
the hill"?
finish.
You
with
beat the
crappy
game?
ending and all that.
Damn.
Stuff.
You beat
Oh,
the game?
wow.
Yeah, I
wow.
actually beat the game. I actually went the extra mile and.
That's
beat the game.
impressive.
Did you do any of the assassin
Did you-
missions?
I think I did.
Yeah,
like
did you hear
one or two of
Phaedrus?
them.
Okay, see that's the problem.
Say-
That's totally the problem. If you
Did you-
play that linearly,
Yeah.
if you play that game through the linearly, you're not like my thing says I'm still at 14%. I've played for 15
Yeah.
hours.
Are you actually going to say that the problem is he's playing it wrong?
No, I'm gonna do the Tim Schafer, but that's why I enjoyed it. I'm not saying he's playing it wrong, but I'm saying I enjoyed it. because
Let
I
me
can
ask
play
you
it
this: What
linearly.
platform did you play it on?
PC.
Okay. Well, you did everything right. I don't know, man.
Wait. So how long did it take you to beat it? I like how we're going through this
Countless
process.
hours. I don't think I have an exact.
Like 40
Oh,
hours,
so-
probably.
It's a long game.
What?
Yeah,
You
wow.
spent 40 hours on a thing that you hate just because of
It was.
God,
it wasn't just
what would
listening
you
to
It was
Idle
on and
Thumbs.
off, and it was some. And it was like there were times where I'd stop playing and then I'd come back to playing.
We're using
it.
WASD or arrow keys?
Who the hell uses arrow keys in 2010, man? Not WASD.
What could be wrong?
Do you have an ATI or a GE for it?
I don't think it's relevant here.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, on some level, it kind of does depend on how you play a thing and also what your expectations are going in. It's obvious, it's not a game for everyone. I guess it's just a game for everyone that was on Idle Thumbs. Yeah, I mean, you can't tell somebody they should like something they didn't like when they gave it a try.
Start a
So,
rival
like,
podcast where
Yeah,
you hate
maybe.
it.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
You're going to get a poster out of it.
Sweet.
Thanks. Sorry.
So I have a serious question and a bonus question that we might not get to. So I was wondering, do you feel that there are any blurring of the lines between the gaming industry and the gaming press, considering all the people that have jumped the line?
I think that one of the unusual things about the games industry compared to other creative industries and certainly other non-creative industries is that it seems to me like the type of person who makes games and plays games and writes about games is, those people are much more similar, than just like movie directors and just people who watch movies. Like that's a huge, there's a huge audience of people who go just watch a movie. And I think within games, all that stuff ends up focusing on a more particular type of person. Like even to enjoy going in and spending all these hours doing this weird type of entertainment, I think appeals to a particular kind of person, and that's the person who, if they're super duper into it and if they develop certain other skills, then they go be a game developer. But, I think that there is a somewhat smaller like band there. So I don't know if there's a blurring of the line in terms of actual like responsibilities or anything like that, but I do think in terms of just personality.
I guess I wonder what was the kind of blurring that you're picturing when you ask about it?
I'm thinking of Sean Elliott's podcast. It's sort of like gaming media, but it's coming from inside the company.
Yeah. Well, no, and I think that's a good point. Is that like studios and publishers? I think they draw on people who've done a really good job outside of the industry, like Chris and Nick. Because they know that they can. They want to bring that kind of relationship they have with their fans to their studio, and I think it really does help like build an identity.
And then they're not allowed to say the game sucks anymore.
Yeah, they have to say it's at least neutral to good, so that's a plus. It's cool, I think. Yeah.
Okay, then
Do you mind if we stop you at one question because we only have like 4 minutes?
Yeah, we're
we
down
might have
to
to.
4 minutes.
Circle up with us and we will answer questions after.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
for
we
sure.
can also do that. That's
But
fine.
not in here because they'll throw us out of here.
Yeah.
I have a question about video games.
Oh, man.
good.
We talk about those on a.
Guild Wars 2. What do you guys think about it?
Guild
I
Wars
thought
2?
that truck driving around outside looked pretty sweet.
It's a nice track.
No sarcasm.
No, like
on that.
Sean
that's a
actually
pretty
was
sweet
like,
truck.
that truck sold me on Guild Wars too.
I did, and then I told you, and you're like, oh yeah, we should
Yeah,
play that
that's
game.
fucking sweet.
See you in Guild Wars.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I never played Guild Wars, but I'm actually planning on trying out Guild Wars too.
So we approve of the truck. There's your
Yeah,
answer.
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good truck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I was going to ask. Hi.
Hey, dude.
Hi, what's up?
What's up, man?
We only have like a second here.
Don't do that.
Stop saying hi and get to this.
Hey,
Hey. Hello. What's your favorite Idle Thumbs memory? I know we're kind of short on time, but
Sure.
what's your favorite memory from Idle Thumbs now that it's coming to an end, possibly?
oh man.
Holy fuck. Oh shit.
You
God,
just
my
brought
favorite
the
memory was
temperature
when
down.
Nick left the podcast.
I was going to say my favorite memory is that time that Nick threw a glass of water at me.
I should have thrown it at Steve.
Turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like PAX last year was pretty good. Also, episode 50, which you weren't on and Sean wasn't on, that was the
Here
best
was
one,
fucking-
actually. No, that one
a
was really
reason
fun
for that.
because people sent us a bunch of really gross Boost candy bars from
my
the
God.
UK.
Oh, yeah, that was hilarious.
As well as a bunch of party horns and balloons. So we ate all this really gross, really sweet chocolate and then inflated balloons for 10 minutes.
And attached them to kazoos.
And
yeah, we had party
them
balloons.
to
Jesus
the party
Christ.
horn. So
Yeah.
it'd go and sort of fall to the ground and die. But it was the
That's such
most
a
gross, like
stupid
sugar
memory.
rush, hyperventilated. It was gross. It was the best episode.
My actual favorite moment might have been post GDC, like a couple episodes after GDC, when the concept of Phaedrus and his brother and mother Phaedrus.
The family
I
of
think Phaedrus
Phaedrus.
showed up in the
Family
GDC
Phaedrus,
episode.
Well, but it was one
Oh,
further than
the
that, where it was
family of
like
Phaedrus?
yeah, family Phaedrus was kind of my favorite thing.
Of course, it's Phaedrus. Yeah.
Yes. So there's my answer. I love memes.
I mean, I would fall.
You hate all of them,
That
actually.
was that stuff. I mean, that's something. Whenever you hear us, just kind of like not talking about games, but talking about. I mean, that stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff that's the funniest. And luckily, we still do that when we're just hanging out. But
You guys
all that
think
into one giant like fever dream memory, probably. Yeah. Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Chris doesn't have a favorite memory.
No.
Chris,
whatever.
memories.
I had a question for Nick.
Oh my God.
Can you put some werewolves in Oblivion? and if not, Chris,
Security.
can you put some
Security.
Can you put some werewolves
man.
in BioShock?
These guys are wearing the same jumper.
If
Are you guys friends?
played the new DLC for, you haven't played it because you would know there's werewolves in it. So
It's
you just
oops,
outed
oops,
yourself.
are there werewolves, I
No,
believe.
there's not. Of course
Oh,
there's not werewolves.
Because I was going to recommend them that they play that now, and now I can't.
I understand.
All right.
You can't go against your principles.
I think this is probably the last one of them.
The last few.
It's
Glad
not
we got
actually
that
a
one in.
question. I was hoping I could put something in front of you to sign.
Oh yeah, let's do it after though. Let him
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. Okay, that gives us time for another question.
You can put something in front of us after this.
Okay.
Yeah, and Nick will throw water on it.
So, Zara,
Oh, badass!
shit, hold
Yeah,
it
we have to
up.
actually
Hold it
show
up.
Hold up the best thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
God bless him.
foiled.
Hold on one
So,
second.
This guy made this incredible Idle Thumbs 51 poster. Look at this puffin'
Awesome.
amazing thing.
That looks great. Yeah, I'll sign that.
Let's
So
sneak
next-
in the
we got
last
the next
question
question
and
going on.
video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
is there a new Countdown to Tears date you guys are planned for? And any Far Cry 2 stories you'd like to share before you go?
This one time a
shit.
grenade
Sean-
rolled down a hill.
Sean
and
Vanaman
blew
has
up
a Far
guy.
Cry 2 story.
Yes, Sean will close
That's
out
so
the
much
history of Idle
pressure.
Thumbs
F
with
you
a
guys.
with a
No
with
way.
a fucking story about Far Cry
It
2.
is such a fucking downer.
I can't
Do
wait.
it. Do it. Do
Okay.
it.
We'll just
So-
say like puffins afterwards, and it'll be hilarious.
Okay, cool. So I'll do it. I'll try to do it fast, but even though it's a really slow, drawn out thing, like I usually play Far Cry 2. Oh my God, it sounds like AA. It's been 4 days since I played Far Cry 2, but I usually play it in the mornings, on the weekends, because it's like time.
By myself.
Nobody's really bothering me. It's exactly by myself. So I'm
In your
usually there. I
pajamas.
got some cereal. I'm in my jams, and I sit down. I'm kind of had some funny dreams. I'm in a weird mood, and I haven't played in like a month and a half. And I start off in one of the sheds. And the female character, your buddy's in there. Does anybody know her name? I can't remember. But we'll just
lady.
call Michelle. We'll call her Michelle. That's a good name. So Michelle's there, and she's like, "Hey, been a long." Like she doesn't say "been a long time," but I'm projecting that because it's been a long time since I've played. She's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "Oh, want some help today?" And I just like, "Fuck you." I turn around and walk out, and she goes, "Okay, well, whatever. Like Lone Ranger, go do your own thing." So I go do my own thing for like an hour and a half, but I feel guilty. Like, I don't know, I'm Irish Catholic, so that might have something to do with it. I'm like, I shouldn't have fronted on Michelle so bad. I hope we're friends. Like, she's really kind of sweet, and she's kind of cute. Like, maybe something's going to happen with that if I, whatever. So this is a long time, and I'm driving around doing things, and, I'm not playing the game the way our friend played the game. I just go and do assassin missions, and
You
then...
played the Idle Thumbs method of Far Cry
Yeah.
2.
I literally have played 15 hours, and I'm at 14%, so, yeah, I play it a different way. And I'm driving around, and then out of the blue, and if you've played this game, this happens. Like, you're driving, and then all of a sudden, and a car crashes into you, and some asshole jumps out of a gremlin with a handgun and starts shooting you, and then another car shows up, and my health is really low, so I'm just going to run away. So I run away, and I end up running through a village, and 3 trucks start chasing me, and I have no health left. And I drive, and I drive, and I drive, and I drive, and I go off a rock, and I land in a tree, and I get hit, and they're shooting me, and I die at the wheel. And I'm like, fuck. And I hadn't saved in like an hour and a half, and I'm playing on PS3, so there's no saving unless you go to a house. And Michelle comes and drags me out of this burning wreck. They're shooting us, their car's on fire, now the
you're not
ground's
dead,
on
you're
fire.
almost dead. You're, like,
no, I died.
unconscious,
but you
you're
wake
still
up,
alive.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, and you do that whole wake up thing, and she's dragging me away, and she runs back into the fire to start shooting this guy, and I switch to my weapon.
Oh, God.
But I threw a grenade. And it literally rolled down the fucking hill. I swear to God. And it explodes, and the God damn, I'm getting emotional. And the field goes on fire, and all the guys die, but she's in the fire, and she's like, no. And I see her look at me and die. And I'm like, no. I can bring her back. I've played this game. I just go over there, and I go over there, and it doesn't bring me up the menu to bring her back. She's dead. But I'm hammering the buttons. I'm like, live, damn you! Live! I'm so sorry I left you in the hut! And I walked away from and I sat there, and I put the controller down, and I stood there in the field. It's now scorched. I have a photograph of it. I'll post it on the internet. And I'm sitting there in my underpants, and I got the cereal bowl. It's empty. And I was like, oh, well, fuck this game. And I walked away. That was it.
The end.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, video games.
Thanks, guys.
So that's
I
it?
think we're, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, guys.
we have a pile of posters. Come up and see us. And,
And thanks, Pat,
thanks
for letting
again.
us do this.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming,
thanks.
guys.
Thank you
Great
so
to have
much.
you all
You guys
here.
are the
Thank you.
best. You guys are
Thank you.
the best. Thank you.
You can exit out the side door too. You don't have to go out the back. You can exit out the side. Not that side, the other side. Yeah.
Regular times. What? Weinhändler.
It's.
Yeah, that works.
We've brought him for.
It's the wizard.
It's.
Right?
It's November 15th, 2014.
And this is idle.
No, that's wrong. It's that shit. What's the date? It's September 5th, 2010.
And Richard Garriott.
I hear that Richard Garriott is in the building.
He's working.
Did you say save?
Nels!
Hey.
Security! Security!
Good to see you, man.
You somehow break the plastic bottle and sticks it in your neck.
So I'm actually supposed to be sitting down there, probably, because my sign is over there.
So you can, I mean,
And I'm supposed to be here.
Well,
I mean, if
we
you
can
guys
go.
you guys should move down, because then Steve and I can just append ourselves to the end without being all.
Excuse me.
But then you guys were. We should go together so that you guys can just intermingle.
Okay.
I'm gonna hang out over here.
That's cool. And then Nick,
No, Nick, just you were in the right spot.
No, here?
Yeah, and just make Chris sit down at the end. We can mix it up. It'll be good. Middle? Yeah. Nick, you're in the middle, because you're the best. And this way I get to hide all the way over here.
Yeah, what is this?
This is unfair. Am I actually audible through the microphones? I think like this.
I think Chris is. La la. Oh no, there we go. Oops, sorry.
In your face. I just don't know. I can't.
Chris.
No, because then it starts going.
It depends. There's like a wall. Like right. Da, da, da. We have 2 minutes. Video games. Like 15 or 20?
Space asshole.